excited to learn how to book parties with live video? Anybody up in here? I'm just going to drop things while I'm doing this. So listen, here's the dealio, okay? I know we just had a live here in the last, when was this? Today's Sunday. Yesterday. I can keep track of my days. It's fine. We know what's going on. We know what day it is today. Yesterday, we did a live with this massive change that's coming to Facebook. Okay. Did anybody see that? Of this third-party apps crap that's happening to where you're not going to be able to use SendShare and StreamYard and all of this stuff, right? Here's the deal. You can still go live using the Facebook Live button, guys, okay? Some of us, we got a little fancy. I'll just be honest. Some of us got a little fancy, okay? Not going to point any fingers, but some of us got fancy. We decided we're going to use StreamYard because StreamYard is very convenient. And we can repurpose videos and we can use it for different reasons. And it's just convenient and I like it. I like it, okay? Anybody else use StreamYard up in here? I like StreamYard. But guess what? Back in the day, all right, and I say back in the day like it's 10 years ago, really wasn't like 10 years ago, but a while ago, before I knew about StreamYard or before it even existed, we just did the Facebook Live button thing, okay? So that function is still going to work, right? So we can still go live on our phones. We can still go live. Hey, Bridget, using a computer, okay? If you have a little camera, even if it's kind of rinky-dink, that's okay. Or you can get a little nice Logitech. I think this webcam that I have is like $100, but you can find like one that's a little bit less expensive. But the whole point of this live training is to give you the benefits of going live. You can still have that function. It's still going to be able to work for you just fine. Some of us just got a little fancy with the StreamYard thing, okay? SendShare is a great advantage as well. Obviously, being able to schedule out your party posts. But as I mentioned in yesterday's training about these changes that are coming to Facebook groups, I know this is a major topic for a lot of us, and a lot of us are kind of in a mini panic attack right now. Don't worry, it'll be okay. I promise, we'll be just fine. There's other ways that we can party, guys, okay? Facebook Scheduler, from what I can tell, isn't going away. And you can, again, hit the Facebook Live button. It'll be all good in the hood, my friends. Anyway, if you have any direct selling buddies that could use this training, make sure to tag them, invite them into the group, tag them in all the things. I'm excited because live video, my friends, if you're not already booking parties with live video, selling with live video, recruiting with live video, we need to get it together, okay? And I say that with a lot of corazon, okay? Lots of heart, because live video is one of the best ways to be able to connect with people. And yes, we won't be able to use the fancy dancy StreamYard, okay? For those of us that love StreamYard, but that's okay. Again, we have the Facebook Live button. And I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that you can do in your parties, even if you're not posting a bunch of posts. And let's just get real for a second. Are people really looking at all the posts? Like, if you really think about it, I know a lot of us like SendShare, a lot of us like batch scheduling our party posts. We get used to that. It's easy, it's convenient. You don't have to think about it. I know it. Some of you probably could tell, my posts tonight were all scheduled by SendShare. It's nice to just go in there and reply to comments. It's so fun, right? Talking to you guys. But guess what? We can't focus on the negative. It is what it is. The conveniences is at least the basic functionalities are there. You can still run parties, you can still run events. And I think running events are still a great way to build a business, right? We recruit people from video. We recruit people, we book parties off of video. And then the second best thing is messages, right? We should all be personally messaging people on a daily basis anyway. We should be having conversations that lead to conversions on a daily basis anyway. So let's talk about some benefits here, okay? Who's ever played a live booking game before? If you have, comment below. If you haven't, that's okay too, okay? But I want to see like who's done things in here, okay? The next thing I want to ask you guys too is if you haven't done a live booking game, that's okay, okay? But have you gone live? How often do you go live inside of your Facebook groups? So few see my posts. It's sad. Lori Adams, I totally understand that. And I know Lori Adams said it because, again, I'm using my phone, guys. Yeah, and I totally understand that perspective because only 6% of people are actually seeing your posts in your Facebook groups, right? It's almost like Facebook really wants you to be in the public space. They really, really do. I truly believe that. That's a personal opinion of mine that Facebook is going to continue pushing people away from these private places where they can't advertise or sell anything to you in these private groups. They're going to be pushing you to the public spaces. I think it makes logical sense, honestly. So I'm not necessarily surprised. But again, when you get lemons, you do something with it. What's the phrase? It's not lemonade. There's something else. What else do you do with lemons? Oranges? Something. Regardless, let's talk about some benefits, okay? Benefits to live video and playing a booking game. Number one, it drives engagement like crazy. If you have a dead VIP group, okay, for those of you guys who have never played a live booking game, ooh, Sarah, I love to hear that. You've played live booking games. That is awesome. Yes, that's great. Somebody says, I try to go live once a week. I go live and I love it. I don't as much anymore. I don't know why. Well, we need to find our why, my friend, because look at, right? Like there's just nothing better than live video. And you don't necessarily have to have this elaborate plan for your live video. You just have to be willing to show up and be real with people. Mom Bun, this is a great example. Okay. None of you are going to judge me. Some of you will judge me. That's okay. But some of you won't judge me, right? It doesn't matter if you do, right? Just show up in your live, be your authentic self, be your make vodka lemonade. Jenna Franceschi Link, you are my new best friends. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you on here. Vodka lemonade. That was the best. That was the best comment. Regardless, moving on. Live video is just a great way to drive engagement, guys. It's a great way to connect with people. It's a great way to build the fun factor, okay? Because there's 40 of you guys watching right now, right? That number is going to go up and down. But people are going to be attracted to you because you are willing to show up and you have something to say and you have something valuable to share, right? You're going to be sharing solutions with people. It also builds stronger connections. There's a lot of you in here that are in my academy. Some of you guys are not in my academy. Some of you guys I talk to via email. Some of you guys personally message me, which by the way, I respond. I do respond to messages here, okay? And these are relationships that you build. We are in the relationship building business. And if you're having trouble building those connections, this is such a great way of doing it. Regardless if you have a fancy program like StreamYard or not. Live video is such a great way to sell. You can absolutely sell with live video, but not only sell, but book parties, recruit new team members. I can't tell you how many times we've run this boot camp that we're starting tomorrow, and people get results beyond booking. Some people book parties and then end up getting sales. Some people book parties and then people get messages from their customers saying, that looks like so much fun. How do I join your team? Because people don't know what they don't know. And the reality is people can't really connect with graphics, right? I can't connect with the sales graphic. I connect with the person behind the business, right? I join people. And I think in this type of industry, people are looking for people to connect with and people to join. Okay. So what's this concept? Let's talk about the actual concept of live booking games. Okay. Let's talk about the concept because I know there's different games that we displayed tonight. And if you've been following me for a while, you guys have seen we've done trainings in the past with all sorts of different booking games. We've done balloon pop game where you have literally like a trifold behind you. Get creative, right? Trifold, get a little balloon or get a few of them, number them. Okay. Put some little, don't do the confetti thing. I did that one time. No, not worth it. I got bookings from it. Just don't do the confetti thing. Learned the hard way. Don't put confetti, but put like little pieces of paper with your stash items, your prizes inside the balloons. Put them on the board behind you and play a super fun game to where your guests have the opportunity to pop a balloon. They can earn the ability to pop a balloon. Have a little needle and then pop, pop. And then whatever comes out of the balloon is what they win, right? In exchange for a booking. It really can be that simple. And it's fun, guys. You have to just get creative with it. And okay, let me address a comment too. There was a comment tonight that I read. Somebody said, as soon as you tell them that they have to book a party, they'll get off the live. Those aren't the people that you want. There are more fish in the sea. There are more people that are going to stick around. Okay. You're going to have your little population of people that say, oh no, I don't want anything for free. Right? That's fine. But then you're going to have people on that say, okay, yeah, I'm willing to get a free prize just by existing inside of a Facebook group and me inviting my friends to it. That's cool, right? So don't get so hung up on the idea that some people may get annoyed or some people will say no. That's the name of the game, right? Sometimes I post in my stories and people get annoyed by that. And it's like, oh, what's wrong? Like, why are you so annoyed? Chill, right? Like, there's nothing you can do about that. So let's move on for that. But let's talk about the concept of booking games. The concept of booking games, essentially what you're doing when you're going live and playing a booking game, is you're offering a special incentive if people take action while you are live. Okay? You're offering a special incentive when people take action during your live. And typically the exchange is some sort of a gift, some sort of incentive in exchange for a party date. And there's a number of different ways that you can do it. You can do it again with the balloon pop booking game, which I posted about tonight, right? You can do it with bingo. I actually built my entire business when I was with 31 off of bingo, and it was like the silliest game in the entire planet. Literally nothing fancy. And if you look inside of this group, this is why this group is such a treasure. There are actual like videos of my husband that took a video of me actually in a live booking game playing bingo and booking parties actively. And there's also a video of where he didn't get any bookings. So I think there's value in posting both because it also goes to show that is the name of the game. There's going to be times where you sit down in your business and you send 50 messages out and you get 0 results from it. And then there's going to be times where you sit down in your business and you send out 50 messages and you may just get 2 recruits, 2 sales, and a booking, right? That is the name of the game. There is no like 100% success rate if you use this methodology and you do it on a daily basis, right? There just isn't. But what matters is that you are doing the work and you're putting the practice in and you are honing in on your skills. This is a skill set that you will get better over time. Okay. Does that make sense? Comment below if this is making sense. I keep a little cheat sheet to the side. Hold on. Who is that? That's Melissa Lamers. I keep a little cheat sheet on the side every once in a while. I'll glance at it to keep me on track. Yeah, that's a great, you guys, right there. This is my little cheat sheet because, if you've been watching me for a while, sometimes I get into a tangent. I know you guys like my tangents, right? But it helps keep you on point, just having certain bullet points, okay? All right. Somebody said, sometimes I feel like I'm all over the place. Yeah. Sometimes business can be that way, right? Perfect sense. It's all about sticking with it. Absolutely. It's all about deciding that you're going to figure something out and then going through the part that nobody likes to go through, which is the trial and error of it, right? The first time that you ever showed up online, were you perfect at it? The first time that you threw your online party, did you have a panic attack over it before you actually conquered your party? When you did your launch party for the first time, was it awkward and uncomfortable? Yes. And it's going to be the same thing when you go live and you try to book parties. It's going to be awkward and uncomfortable, unfortunately. So you can borrow my confidence if you don't have any. That's the best thing I can tell you. And I remember the first time I did it. And I tell you what, guys, I had a 2-year-old at the time. And I played bingo. I was making up this concept of playing bingo, by the way, which is, y'all, you would laugh, okay? And I was wearing a tank top and you could see my bra straps. It was just not cute, okay? It was just not cute. I had a curtain behind me and there was some weird stuff. And, it was pretty rough. It was very rough, okay? So if I can book parties looking like that, you can book parties, okay? So hopefully that gives you some sort of inspiration to give it a try. And this is why, for those of you that do want to book your spring and you're serious about booking your spring, and maybe you feel like you've tried everything, you've messaged, you've done the live video thing, whatever, I want you to join me tomorrow. I'm going to encourage you and I'm going to do a direct ask to come and sign up for my boot camp. It is only $27. Come enjoy it. Come sign up. Come hang out with me for 5 days. It begins tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be going live 5 days in a row from Monday to Friday. And the lives, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how to book your calendar. Every single time we've run this boot camp, this is a book your spring, but every time we've run something similar to this, people get results. And this is great practice for you, by the way, getting that practice in and actually doing the work. I'll give you the scripts to say. I've got a whole presentation to show you exactly what to do in your live booking game. It's awesome. It's all step by step. I've got a workbook here ready for you. So I want to encourage you guys, for those of you guys that are sitting here and you're struggling and you're wondering, I don't know, I can't get my calendar booked. Nobody wants to book with me. Somebody wants to book with you, I promise. I promise you somebody wants to book with you. In fact, it's either day one or day two. We talk about what's called our party radar chart. And our party radar chart allows us to discover, okay, I sound like ChatGPT, allows us to discover, it allows us to figure out our starting point when it comes to booking parties, where we actually start booking our calendar and what ecosystems we need to get started with. And I give you the words to say. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to make them your own because we're all different people. We talk different, of course. But this is just a good practice round for you to actually sit down and get to work. Okay. If you want to make a difference in your parties in the next 30 days and you've tried everything under the sun, you need to come join my boot camp. And want to encourage each and every one of you guys to get started because it starts tomorrow. Okay. You never know. You might get a booking or two. Exactly. And that's the thing. For some of you guys that are worried, who's worried about live video? And just, there was another comment tonight. If somebody's saying, well, I can't get enough people to hop on, right? I can't get enough, who struggles with that? It's hard to get enough people to hop on the live video. It's for some reason, it's like people just don't show up. I make the post and then nobody comes to the live video. You guys, this is the name of the game. You have to be a professional reminder. Write it down somewhere. Professional reminder. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because you're Spamela Anderson. It's not because you're part of an MLM or whatever the heck, right? We tend to cycle through these things and self-sabotage. I don't know about y'all, but I know I do it. But here's the deal. Okay, you need to be a professional reminder. You don't need 30 people on. Would it be great to have 30 people on? Of course it'd be great to have 30 people on because you can basically guarantee at least 10 people, maybe a little less, will book a party with you. If you do it really well, probably a minimum of 10 people will book parties with you. That's an awesome result. Of course, we want more people. The more people, the better. However, even if 5 people hop on, if 10 people hop on, right, you can book your calendar. And I'll just be honest, when I did my party bookings inside of party groups, the average amount of people would be anywhere from 5 to 15 people. 15 was like, wow, that's a lot of people, right? Because it's like, well, my goodness, 15 people actually hopped on. Now I got to keep them on, right? But even if you have 5 people, I always went into my party mentality. And some of you guys who've been following me long enough, you know that this is my mentality. My mentality is to get 2 bookings off of each and every party. 2, just 2, not 4, not 6, not 8. If it's any more than 2, that's the jackpot. That's awesome. I've exceeded my expectations. And I keep it 2 at a minimum because in every party setting, I always try to stick to my my go-to, which is my live booking game and my follow-up. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. How many of you are going into your parties and then assuming because people aren't engaging in your parties, you're just not going to ask them if they're wanting to host a party? Just because they're not engaging in your party doesn't mean that they don't deserve a follow-up, that they don't deserve a message. Most people have forgotten about your party. Okay? It's not 2018 anymore because in 2018, yes, people showed up to all the lives. They did all the things. It's 2024. 6% of people are seeing your posts, my friends. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder, right? So your goal is to pull out, have your tool belt, and I talk about that in the boot camp, your tool belt of strategies. You have to have multiple strategies in every single party for you to be able to land your 2. Okay, in each and every party. Imagine if off of this boot camp you booked 4 parties. Imagine. And I taught you how to book 2 parties off of each one. How many parties are you left with? Way more than just 4, right? And then you keep that cycle going. We teach you that in the boot camp. Okay. All right. Let me take a look at these comments. Comment below with your questions if you have any questions about live booking game. Okay. 30 would be amazing. Absolutely, it would be amazing. We just got a live shopping platform for our individual website. So this is key, live video. Yes, absolutely. And I love that live shopping platform. That's awesome. And here's, another thing you can do, right? For those of you that are wanting to party in different ways, we're going to be providing a lot of training, by the way, coming up with some of these changes that are happening in the Facebook groups with these APIs going away. Tons of trainings to help you kind of make that pivot. But you can do boards, landing pages, right? Who's ever done that? Or a Canva website. There's a whole Canva website that you can create that's very similar to a boards landing page and run an entire party in there. You can do messenger parties, my friends, okay? There's tons of ways that you can land your bookings and make your sales. It's just about getting creative and not sticking to the same robotic motions that everybody else is doing. Think outside the box, right? The whole point is to get a collection of people together in one place so that you can make some sort of a presentation and so that you can close a fraction of them. That's the whole point of everything that we do, right? It sounds so simple the way I just said that, but that is literally what we do. And then you follow up with the people who couldn't show up or didn't show up and see what you can close there, right? All right, let's see what else. I would do a free lip balm, but you could do free shipping, whatever you would like. I say whatever works for your budget. Yeah, whatever works for your budget. If you're looking for those incentives, right? We talked about the concept of live booking games. What's the concept? You're offering some sort of a special incentive, right, in exchange for a booking. And you're doing it in a way where you're playing a fun game behind it so that people are engaging and they're having a good time and they stay throughout the live. In the midst of all of that, what you're also doing is you're building connections, you're talking to people, right? You're getting them to get to know you. And naturally, people are just going to ask you for a shopping link. Naturally, people are going to stick around and hang out because you're not just sitting there selling, right? The hard part is when you go live and all you do is sell. Because if you're so robotic because you're trying so hard to be professional and all you do is sell, it's tough, right? Because people don't necessarily like to feel sold to. You know what I mean? You guys know, that feeling where people's like just trying to sell, 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 sell. It's not a great feeling sometimes. So how do you overcome that? You instill some sort of a game. You give people an incentive to want to book a party with you. Give out something for free. Your business is worth you investing into. If you have stash items, pay the shipping to ship it out in exchange for a business opportunity where a hostess is going to bring you 20 new people that you would have never gotten the opportunity to get in front of had you not incentivized them. I'm all about incentives because it allows you an opportunity to get in front of new people, period. Whether you do a Zoom party, somebody said that's so 2020. Regardless if that's 2020 or not, I recruit people from Zooms. Sometimes I get on Zooms with people, right, to tell them about the business, and I recruit people. We do our business opportunities or our opportunities, right, on Zoom. Those work. You just have to do them and use them and get creative and then have a really good strategy with following up with people. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see what else. I would love to know more about an email party. Yeah, we actually have one in the academy. We have not broadcasted it in a while, but we do. So in the next few weeks, we're going to definitely be making that pivot. And we've got an entire module in the Simply Sustainable Academy. It's called the Party Module. And we're going to be recording a ton of content to show people just different ways that they can party outside of just relying on a Facebook group. Because the worst thing you could do is rely on an algorithm for your success. And a lot of people are relying on an algorithm for their success, right? It kind of doesn't make sense. So you have to have different ways to pivot, especially with, in my belief, Facebook's targeting with the Facebook groups. Who knows? Maybe we won't have Facebook groups in a couple years. Maybe we will. It's hard to tell, but it's always good to make that pivot and have different ways that you are kind of revolutionizing the way that you bring a collection of people together so that you can make a presentation to them. Okay. Make sure to ask your questions below on anything when it comes to live booking games. If you want to learn the step-by-steps on how to do it, there's a whole hype up process when you're doing live booking games. If you really want good results, guys, you have to have a good hype up process. People, it's going to be hard for people to remember what you're doing on social media. And really think about it. How many profiles do you see on a daily basis? How many posts? How many reels? How many stories? People get confused. And there's just so much content. What is going to be helpful for you is to have a hype up process to your live game. If you struggle with getting people to your live video, have a hype up process. Should start like 5 days prior. Start talking about it. Start teasing. Curiosity marketing, attraction marketing. Make those posts to get people excited about what's to come so you can get the most amount of people on your live video. And then the other best strategy here is be a professional reminder. Remind people what time, what day, what time, what day. Even on your hype up posts, when you're hyping people up on what's going on this live event that you're going to be doing and all the stuff that you're going to be giving away and how exciting it's going to be. And people, they're going to have an opportunity to win free things, right? But they have to show up to the live. All of your posts should say this time, this date, this time, this date, this time, this date. And then you're doing that legwork of reminding people. What are the benefits here? They're seeing your posts, they're engaging in your posts, they get excited about this live event, and more people will show up. But you have to do that legwork. And honestly, that concept of hyping things up before your big selling event, before your big recruiting event, before your big booking event, whatever it is that you're doing, your live giveaway, every single other person who promotes other things, right? They have a big business. They utilize live giveaways all the time. And there's always a hype up process. There's always a post or a story or a reel or an email, right? How many days ahead time did you know about tonight's training? Every Sunday we do this, right? Typically we have the event up on Wednesday. We send an email, you get a text from us, you get an email from us, you get the morning post, right? There's 12,000 of you, so I can't personally message y'all, sorry. But we're working on it, okay? But regardless, there's always a hype up process, okay? So that's really key to success is your hype up process, your curiosity marketing, your consistency, okay? And professionally reminding people, okay? That's really it. That's the name of the game. All right. Feel free to ask your questions here. Engagement has been low inside of VIP groups. Yeah, and I think that's intentional by Facebook, you guys. I think Facebook is intentionally doing that. That's just, again, conspiracy theory, but I really think it's intentional because if you look at how the other platforms are performing, every other platform is public. And what are the main things in these other platforms? Stories, reels, and posting on a feed publicly, right? They can't advertise to you inside of private Facebook groups. They just can't, right? So I think people really want you, or at least Meta, they're going to want you to go public, which is why it's really important for a lot of you. And we'll have, again, future trainings on this. We're actually pivoting our entire strategy for the year to teach direct sellers how to modernize the way that they market. Because if you're not utilizing stories and reels and your newsfeed, you're going to be left behind, my friends. I mean, that's a big statement, but I mean that. You have to start pivoting a little bit. What happens when Facebook removes Facebook groups all the way? Like, I don't want to put some fear out there, but think about that. And if you don't think that they won't do it, think about Facebook events. Remember when everybody used to do Facebook events and then all of a sudden Facebook just poof, magically made them disappear? You can still do events, but it's not the way that it was before. They don't exist anymore. The way that we used to do events in the past, you guys remember that? I was here for that, and that was scary. I don't even remember if there was an article or if there was an update, but it was gone. What makes you think that they can't just do that with Facebook groups? Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll stick around. But this whole, like, the tools being removed to make it easier for you to run groups, I think that's pretty sus. My stepson taught me things. Does anybody know what sus means? It's pretty sus. Suspicious, right? Do you have both a business page and a VIP group? Yeah, I do. Personally, I have a business page and a VIP group, and then all the live streams I do, I dual stream them. Now that's going to change because I'm not going to have StreamYard here soon. Well, we can still use it on your business page though. You can still do a live stream on your business page. You just can't connect it to your Facebook groups. So there's that. Okay. All right, let's see. VIP group over 1,200. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm doing, but people are engaging. That's great. And the best part about that is that you don't know what you're doing. Maybe that's not the best thing. Maybe you should figure out what you're doing, my friends, so that you can see what's actually working. But if it's simple engagement posts and you're just focused on connecting with people, that's great. That's awesome. That's a great thing to do versus just constantly selling. Okay. Guys, if you want to book your spring, okay, go ahead and get signed up for this boot camp. It begins tomorrow. Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. I didn't see any other questions on here. Hashtag value in the comment section if you found this valuable. For those of you that are hearing what's going on with Facebook groups, maybe you're confused with what I'm saying. API is going away. What does that all mean? I did a training yesterday on Facebook groups and the third-party app thing and how APIs are being removed from Facebook groups. You're going to want to watch that if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Go and check that out because you need to be informed. It is going to change the way that we do some things. But at the same time, let's not be on the panic bus, okay? Just because we don't have the ability to batch post with share inside of groups anymore doesn't mean that we all need to have panic attacks, okay? There are still awesome ways for you to be able to engage in groups. You can still do the live Facebook Live feature, Facebook Scheduler for now at least, right? But at the same time, this should also be a wake-up call for all of you guys to start pivoting from groups and always being inside your groups and pivoting to your personal page. Okay, you got to remove the mental block that some of you have marketing on your personal page. It's not spammy if you do it the right way. And we have trainings coming very soon to teach you all the things. Okay, so make sure sign up for the boot camp. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hashtag value in the comment section if this was helpful, and I will see you guys later. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye, y'all.